a reversal, because now they're looking at marriage rights between, the same gender. This could be now an issue. And that would then, what would it mean for adoption rights? There's a lot of things that now the Supreme Court is looking at, the justices, and this is very significant, as yes, it was expected, but when the ruling came in on the 24th of June, it was very significant. And here's the thing. Now, okay, reversing it, and here's some of the states, but we want to go back to what life was like before Roe versus Wade. But now we're looking at these states. Now, trigger laws are laws where within 30 days, these states now could ban abortion overall, because no longer is a constitutional right. Why does a constitutional right? Means that no law in any state could make a law that would intervene with your constitutional right. Now that the justices have voted 6-3 that it's not a constitutional right to get an abortion, no matter where you live, now the states can put this in place. So now the trigger laws are in Kentucky, Louisiana, Arkansas, South Dakota, Missouri, Oklahoma, Alabama. They've all been applied, meaning you're going to have abortion banned. And then when it comes to Mississippi and North Dakota, it's going to come into effect at the approval of the Attorney General. Okay, so now elected, when he said elected officials, well, Attorney General is in place. And then when it comes to Wyoming, this ban will go into effect on 29th of June. Utah, the ban must be certified by a legislative council. So each state has its own way of implementing the law when it comes to abortion. And the ban in Idaho, Tennessee, and Texas will be applied within 30 days. So we're talking about 30 days from the 24th of June. Very significant. So prior to Roe versus Wade, which is a 1973 case, and which gave women the right to seek an abortion as a constitutional right in the United States. Before that, women were getting an abortion and they were putting themselves in danger, because we're talking about back alleyway abortions, we're talking about illegal methods, that was not in a clinic, that was not in a sanitary position. We're talking about coat hanger abortions. We're talking about cases where women were throwing themselves down the staircase to hurt themselves, taking poison, and for to deal with unwanted pregnancy. And Roe versus Wade is a case of McCovery. Her name was taken for Roe. It was known as Jane Roe to hide her identity, but essentially she was a teenager when she got pregnant, she got wed, and then she was separated from her partner when she had her child. Then the first child, she gave it to her mother. She got pregnant a second time. She gave it up for adoption. In the third case, she wanted to have an abortion, and in the state that she lived in at the time was that you were not able to get an abortion unless it would, it was as a physical necessity of life situation. And for her, it wasn't a necessity of life. And it was too expensive for her to travel to another state where it was legal. And therefore the case went up in the Supreme Court. And that was when it was decided in 1973 that women should have the ability to have an abortion regardless of where they live. It's a constitutional right, which made sure that that was the case. Now, this overturning changes everything. It doesn't mean there's going to be less abortions now. It just means it's going to go back into a very problematic, danger to health situation, and require women to travel to another state, travel to Canada. All of this just is, and it's not just for women. This affects men too. This is a society issue. When a woman seeks an abortion physically, usually if there's a partner, that's a joint discussion as well. So this is not just a female problem that we're seeing, and it's a very significant change of history and what it means. Now, Planned Parenthood, it has planned protests and a lot of other organizations and advocacy groups, and this isn't going to go away overnight. I don't see this at all something that people would go back to work and say, okay, it's the rule now, it's the law.